Very good morning, students. We will go to the fourth video lesson of class 7. That is our past part 2. We are studying about medieval Indian history. In my previous lessons, I explained what we are going to study in the chapter, how to read textbook, and what are the activities which you are supposed to do. That is, solving the question and answers, doing activities, map finding and all those things I explained. And other two slides I explained the chapter number 1. We started the chapter number 1. Moving on to chapter number 1. We will move to the topic sources to study history. I explained you, to study history we need certain source. Source is nothing but from what basis you are studying that particular subject. That is what we are talking. Source. Generally, we study history by using 4 major sources: manuscripts, monuments, coins, and other sources. I repeat: manuscripts, monuments, coins, and other sources. Now let us understand the meaning of each one of them. Any written document is called as manuscripts. What are the manuscripts in present day world? Today you take a pen and start writing on your notebook. That's a manuscript. This writing on notebook is very easy because today we are all blessed to have paper. We are writing on the paper. Carrying that paper is very easy. Writing is also easy. But imagine a situation, I asked you to bring huge stones to the class and I asked you to scribble on the stone. Do you think it's so easy to do that? Imagine the situation, then it's very difficult. That is the reason why in the medieval Indian history we don't find so many sources, because it was very difficult. So, in the medieval Indian history, what are the materials they used to write? They used stones, they are called inscriptions. They used to write on the stones, inscriptions. They used metals to scribble on the metals. Even they used palm leaves. So, palm leaves are used, stones were used, metals were used. So, you write on or a particular issue. So now try to understand, if you are asked to write on a metal, you are asked to write on a stone, or you are asked to write on a palm leaves or any kind of leaf, do you think you write whatever you feel, or you think you will write only what you want? Imagine. Definitely, if that is the condition, you will write only what is very, very important. That's why we can see only few inscriptions, because very difficult to write. So very few inscriptions, very few metal writings, and palm leaves. Imagine palm leaves, protecting them, preserving them. It's very, very difficult. Anyway, try to understand. Manuscripts are nothing but written documents of the past. It's manuscripts, but manuscripts are generally they are one of the major sources to study history. Moving to next, that is monuments. Build, simple meaning. What is the meaning of monument? Monument is nothing but a building. Taj Mahal is a monument. Golconda is a monument. Ibrahim Roza is a monument. Tanjavur temple is a monument. Madurai Meenakshi temple is a monument. Red Fort is a monument. So on. In India, we are all blessed to have thousands of monuments in India. We are all lucky. Even in Bijapur, we have many monuments which are protected by whom? They are preserved by Archaeological Survey of India. They preserve monuments. The monuments are really the source of history. Why? When you visit a monument, take for example, when you visit Taj Mahal, The same way you visit any temple, you can see the shape of temple. We will study later in this topic on the Shikara, the top part of the temple, constructions. All these are definitely understood. A simple question I will ask. When you visit Gol Gumbaz, located in our own city, Bijapur, the first thing which you can understand is the Adil Shahis of Bijapur, they followed which religion? Any guess? Definitely they followed Islam. That's why we can see monuments in the shape of tombs or monuments in the form of mosque. You visit Beluru, Halebeedu, Hampi, or any other places like Badami, Banchankari, Aihole, Pattadkal, Mahakud. If you visited Mahakud, you will understand the Mahakuta temples belongs to Hinduism and especially Shaiva. Shaiva means those who worship Shiva. So, when we visit any place where there is a monument, monuments definitely gives us a lot of history about that particular king or dynasty. Moving to third, that is coin. Coin, or it's called numismatics. Study of coins is called numismatics. Coin is very important to study the economic condition of a kingdom. Imagine, you may have heard the story during Vijayanagara Empire, golden coins were under circulation. Then imagine a king who is minting gold coins. Naturally, that kingdom was rich. That kingdom is very rich. So there is no need of any other testimony to say Vijayanagara kingdom was very wealthy or rich. So not only that, use of gold coins, silver coins definitely explains us those kings were experts in the idea of metallurgy. Means they were knowing the technology, how to use metals. This is what we are talking. So we have other sources. Other sources, take for example, excavations. You may be studied in the previous history. Mohenjo-daro, Indus Valley civilization, Harappan civilization, Egyptian civilization. What we will do when we dig in a particular place, we will get the remainings of the past. When we study the remainings of the past, it gives us a lot of experience and knowledge, information about those days. So, sources to study history, manuscripts, monuments, coin, and many other sources. Now, what is manuscript? Manuscripts are written documents related to the past. Simple. Manuscripts are written documents related to the past. Manuscripts provide a lot of detailed information to the historians. So what the purpose of manuscripts? Purpose of manuscripts, it provides information to the historians to write history. Third, manuscripts were collected by wealthy people, kings, monasteries and temples. This is what we are talking about. We are speaking about that. The manuscripts belong to the past. Who generally collected these manuscripts? The manuscripts collected by the rich people because they have to pay money and take these manuscripts. Kings, monasteries is nothing but religious places of Buddhists. So in these places we can see the stock or these manuscripts are preserved or kept. They are preserved in archives and libraries. So generally we are speaking about museums, archives. Museums is a place where generally these kind of historical documents are kept or monuments are kept. What is archive? Archive is a place where documents and manuscripts are stored. Take for example in Calcutta. There is a big library, Asiatic Society. The Asiatic Society of Calcutta preserves the documents related to the past. Have you visited Gol Gumbaz? Right in front of Gol Gumbaz there is a museum. If you visit this museum, you can see manuscripts which belongs to the Adil Shahi dynasty. So manuscripts are preserved in certain places. Now in this image you can see he is writing manuscripts. So he is scribbling manuscripts. This generally is a picture of later stages of India because you can see he is using paper. Invention of paper. So it was done. So he is writing or scribbling manuscripts, and these writing documents are preserved in the later stage. Yeah, this is one example of a preserved monument. It's an image of preserved monument of Persian language. Yeah, this is image. Maybe image may not be so clear, but it is a Sanskrit manuscript. It is a Sanskrit manuscript which is explaining about Vedic period. Now, 3 also I will ask something. You see, here he used paper. This is a scribbling on the stone. This is writing on what? Palm leaves. So, 3 different images explains you different ways on which it is written. Now, what is the problem of manuscript? I'll give a simple example. Imagine you are borrowing or taking notebook of your friend, and your friend written almost 3 pages answer for 10 questions. For example, one question he wrote 10 sentences. Now imagine if you are a little lazy or you feel this is not so important. What you will do? You will write only 5 sentences. That means original manuscript of your friend contains 10 lines. Now you reduce to 5 lines. Is there any change? Definitely there is a change. Here also the same thing happened. Manuscripts which are written were changed over a period of time. I'll explain why. The first problem I have with this, it is very difficult to preserve or protect manuscripts for a long time. I told palm leaves. Palm leaves cannot be kept for a long time. It's a natural process, decaying. It's a natural process. Very difficult to preserve the inscriptions because of their stones and all. It's very difficult to preserve. So it's very difficult to preserve even metal because of the wear and tear possibility. So one of the major problems of manuscripts is very difficult to preserve them for a long period of time. Second, many manuscripts provide different information about the same incident. I'll quote one example. Chalukya dynasty. Chalukya dynasty, the famous king of Chalukya. Can you tell me who is the famous king of Chalukya? Who was the famous king? The famous king of Chalukya dynasty was Pulakeshi II. Pulakeshi II and Harshavardhana. There was a battle between these 2 kings. Now historians who wrote the history under the patronage of Harshavardhana, patronage means sponsor. Like you are watching a Paytm sponsors ICC World Cup. Like that. Under the pattern of Harshavardhana, historian wrote that Pulakeshi was defeated by Harshavardhana. This is one version of writing. But if you see the South Indian Chalukyan documentation record, Chalukyan document explains that Pulakeshi was successful in defeating Harshavardhana or Pulakeshi on the battle. Now same incident written by two different people in a different way. Now what is the problem? problem is that neither you can ask Pulakeshin nor you can ask Harshvardhan. Both are not alive. So this is one problem. Okay. So Ziauddin Barani is one problem. Ziauddin Barani, he is of course the person who wrote manuscripts in the year 1536. After writing the manuscript in 1356, after 2 years, he himself changed the version of what he wrote. So, what he wrote in 1356, after 2 years, he himself changed. So, now the question is coming, Ziauddin Barani's 1356 document should be taken or the later document? This is another problem. So, thus, manuscripts are very important source of information to the historians, but definitely there is some kind of problems or limitations. Okay, this is an image of Asiatic Society. Asiatic Society, you can see a huge museum hall, Asiatic Society. This is a place where during the British period, they started collecting documentations from India, which is in the form of writings on metal, writings on palm leaves and all those things. These documents were carefully collected and later preserved in this Asiatic Society. So Asiatic Society is one of the largest place where these manuscripts of past are preserved very safely. Even today, there are hundreds of people who are visiting this place and for their purpose of research and study related to the past.